What's going down, H-Town? It's your boy Swisher coming back at you. I want to call this my Texans game plan, not Texans thoughts. So I did my video, for the defensive side of the ball, and like I said, we all know what I covered on that. Now, from an offensive standpoint, play calling is definitely going to be key. Getting Will Fuller back is definitely going to be key. Now, from a play calling perspective, I would definitely use Fuller as a decoy deep, probably on the first play, just to see if they're gonna respect covering him. Second, I would say, given the receivers that we have in Ellington and Fuller, even Miller, believe it or not, could catch some wide receiver screens, and if the blocking is done right, can really turn things into a positive there. From the running back perspective, anytime it's short distance, Foreman needs to be the guy. Point blank period. I understand you're paying Miller X amount of dollars, but X amount of dollars ain't amounting to win. So you put the guy in that can get you what you need. That's kind of self-explanatory. Like I said, I got to get my NFL Live set back up to where I can have the all 22 access, and really see what teams are doing and what they're from a defensive and offensive standpoint. I'm working on that, y'all. I'm sorry. But no, and to talk about what my boy Ed Honcho was talking about on what he mentioned on his live stream. My reasons for, like I said, one, Houston or Rick to even just give the man LADARIUS Green a call. With CJ out for the year, and Griffin being that number one guy, like I said, I'm not saying that Griffin is a solid number one, or Ryan Anderson should be bumped to number 3. I'm just looking at it from a all-around offensive standpoint. Looking at what we're getting back, it would make more sense now than ever to sign those two guys. And you don't even have, like I said, both of them are free agents. You can sign them to low-end multi-year deals and be okay. Now, with LADARIUS, like I said, you can use that kind of hyper athlete to help beat underneath coverage, get behind linebackers and create one-on-one situations with safeties. Now, at 6'6", 245, I like my odds, when he's behind, like I said, behind linebackers and it's just a one-on-one down the field shot. I like my odds against, with him versus the average safety. That's just me. Now, what you get from signing Bucky Hodges and LADARIUS Green, you get one, and this is what we all would like, which is the big play, for potentially a touchdown or just a big play down the field in general. Second is what you're probably going to get, majority of the time, if a defensive back panics, he's going to probably get flagged for holding. Now, it's not going, it's not the same as a PI call, but you get a automatic first down in 5 yards. That helps, being 1st and 5 to start restart a drive again. Pass interference call, which is the last resort of what you try to aim for, and like I say, given the fact that these dudes are 6'6" and 6'7", you can kind of throw it up, and just put it at a high point, like the old cliche goes, put it only where, the kids can't get it, one of those type of situations. Now, with Bucky Hodges, on the other hand, the odds of you drawing a pass interference call go up tremendously. Now, don't get me wrong, you have a good and fair opportunity, to draw those kind of calls with LADARIUS, working on safeties. But with Bucky Hodges at 6'7", 245, like I said, ran a 4.57, and at the combine, that's a totally different athletic monster right there. I wish I was a GM, because like I said, I know talent when I see it. You just have to, be willing to make that sacrifice, and move a guy out who isn't as productive. Say a guy like I'll if it came down to bringing those two guys in, I would probably get rid of Kendall Lamb. I probably would get rid of, say, one of those DBs, because like I said, the upside is more than what they bring to the table. So like I said, having those kind of targets, like I say, especially, Bucky Hodges on the outside with that 6'7" frame, ball, even an inaccurate ball, that's probably going slightly out of balance, can turn into a reception, when you have guys like Hodges out there. Now, in my personal opinion, Bucky Hodges reminds me, if I had to, and I haven't jotted down in my notes in the house, but right now, Bucky Hodges, from a NFL standpoint, he reminds me of Calvin Johnson late in his career. Now, mind you, Calvin Johnson, late in his career in Detroit, he wasn't just necessarily pulling away from defenders and whatnot. He was just high pointing and, making those contested catches. That's what I see in Bucky Hodges. If you don't know who he is, he was a tight end at Virginia Tech. I want to say Gerard Evans was his quarterback. He bailed this dude out so many times. And in the game that sent Clemson to the national championship game, which they would later go on to win, Bucky Hodges damn near brought Virginia Tech back. Well, helped them. He almost helped them come back. With just constantly, making those big catches down the field, one-on-one, back shoulder. It just didn't matter. He was just going out there playing grown man football. I'm taller than you. The ball is going to be placed where you can't jump and get it, and I'm going to go get it. That's basically what happened all game long in that Clemson game. And like I said, I just know that kind of productivity can translate at the next level, considering the fact that guys, the DBs probably haven't gotten that much taller. The safeties are, they aren't as probably as athletic, they probably ain't as athletic, as, what some of these guys are used to seeing. Now, some are, some isn't, it is what it is. It's the NFL. But the one thing that stays the same is the fact that Bucky Hodges is 6'7", and that the guy that he's lined up against isn't. And that's a mismatch. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bill O'Brien constantly says that this is a matchup offense. Well, there you go. I've given you an easy solution as to, how you can solve your mismatch problem. Like I said, with LADARIUS Green, his speed alone, like I said, will help him outrun underneath coverages and whatnot. And like I said, when you do want to send him down the field, you can kind of make DBs panic, with knowing that they have a guy like that coming at them. And, especially when they know it's about to be a one-on-one situation. Odds are they most of them panic. The good ones, they don't. But like I said, if every DB was good, we wouldn't, there wouldn't be a pass interference rule, or anything like that. So like I said, that's just the schematics of the game, looking at it from a statistical standpoint. For all you that don't know, that aren't avid football fans, go look at, if you can dig it up, go look at most of the Patriot highlights, from, and I hate to bring them into the video, But go look, from I want to say maybe 2002, yeah, after they won back to back. So 2003 all the way up until basically now, it's a dink and dunk offense that relies on precision, timing, and most importantly, effort. Now, when they got Gronk, it changed their playbook dramatically. Now Brady was able to go down the field. All of a sudden, Brady was, and not just Brady, but the Patriots teams was just getting more pass interference calls after they got Gronk. Why? Because Gronk, Gronk never just ran away from anybody, but just knowing the fact that, once Gronk got in your vicinity, odds are you're not gonna be able to jump and hot point the ball with him. So defenders have to jump early, which can and most likely would lead into, a pass interference call being called. Now, whether the pass is complete or not, once you get a pass interference call, that's 15 yards, you know what I'm saying? If they make the catch, it's 15 yards, from wherever they caught the ball. And if they don't catch the ball, wherever the foul occurred, that's where the play resumes with the automatic first down, I might add. Like I said, signing Bucky Hodges and LADARIUS Green gives you more opportunities to do that. And Bill O'Brien has been on record saying this in the past. A pass interference play is just as good as a completion downfield. I don't know. Y'all tell me, man. Shout out to my boy Ray Ray. My boy Ed Honcho, my boy El Sticky Lair, my boy Reed, that boy LaFlame. And as per usual, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below, man. And I'm out.